like that. Hold up. It's so fucking close up. Like, why? Why, my nigga? Okay. That's better-ish. Maybe it's this to get on. Is it this? Not really. That ain't even... I don't know. Okay, I'm back, y'all. Okay, so I want to redo my video I did yesterday, and it's not gonna be as long, because like that was just a hot mess. Like I was glad I finally got through the whole thing, even though it kicked me off at the end. But I couldn't keep looking at that. And then Atlantic blocked, or actually I checked the video. The first part was blocked, which was the 50 minutes, and then I did a little 2 minutes later on the second one. But Atlantic had it blocked worldwide because of the album trailer being in there. Love y'all too. So I'm gonna put that link down below. Anything that I need to like give a reference for, I'll put the link down below. Or anything that I feel I need to reference. You know, some shit you just might have to look up on your own. But going from what I was talking about yesterday. Okay. So let's start light. Wake Me Up. Shout out to Lil Kim and Remy. You know, the song is doing very well, still in syndication. And, you know, to see two females genuinely come together and do a collaboration, you know, we haven't seen that in a long time. So shout out to them for doing that. And shout out to them for patching up their relationship. Even though, you know, they've been good. They've been friends for like 3 years. You know, I know people want to, because everybody is so negative and wants drama, even though they act like they don't, they want to assume they banded together to take down Nicki Minaj, even though they both dissed her for like 6 minutes long on their own records and killed the fuck out of her on their own records. So why would they need to come together and destroy her on a 3-minute record? I don't know. I guess some people's logic is different. Yeah, but nonetheless, shout out to them on their success. And I also brought up in the video, you know, it's funny, people were... Now, that shit happened in that record collab. They was in the studio, like, near June or whatever. Excuse me. So, if there was some shots being thrown, I could understand. Because, I mean, June is 4 months away from... 4 months in front of February. It's Sheether and all that. This stuff is still somewhat fresh then. But, like I said, and I said it in the reaction video that I'm getting ready to upload, it's funny how when it's anything to dealing with Nicki Minaj, people spin the narrative in a different way. You know, if they were to, or if Remy Ma was to, you know, diss her or throw some shots her way, it's, trying to tear down a black woman, or you're a hater, or you're obsessed with this, that, and the other. But when Nicki does it in the logic of a barb, it is, she killed her queen, she slayed her, but I thought she was just unbothered. You know, like, it just doesn't make no sense. You know, you can't have your cake and eat it too. It's either one or the other, or on both sides. You know what I'm saying? As far as I'm concerned, you know, I've been watching Remy's interviews and thoroughly enjoying her interviews. You know, I enjoy pre-prison Remy Ma's interviews too. They're savage as fuck. But as you can see, you know, with the whole Azealia Banks thing, you know, she's still savage. You know, she's just a grown-er savage now. But, I've been watching her interviews, and from what I get from it, I feel like she's done. She's done with the situation. She's tired of talking about it. She's in a whole nother different direction. I look at, you know, recent work that Nicki has done, No Flags, Way Life Goes, which actually was a decent record to me up until the fucking Anyways I'm Stopping Bags, like TSA, all that extra shit. You had 10 months. It's been 10 months since Sheetha. Let it go. Let it go. Just let it go. You know, and you know, I guess the Sheetha ghost is still haunting her. You know, I guess that's what happens when you decide to make a hit record instead of making a diss record. You feel like you never really, and then it didn't become a hit like you thought it would anyways. You know, you tried to pull a Drake, I guess, in that sense, and because that never stuck like that, I guess, you know, she's gonna be a little mad for a while. But it's been 10 months. I'm gonna need her to move on. And those are not the only two verse chords. There's the Motorsport, which also was her throwing shots at Cardi's way. And you know, so it's just like, you know, like she said, like Remy said after the Hot 97 concert, you know, Um, which by the way, that was bomb. You know, I did my video on that already, but she did the fuck out of that, and she invited 20 other femcs, just so people know. Not everybody was able to make it, but so shout out to her for putting on for the women of hip hop. You know, and you can take aside the moment of unity in the moment that she performed Sheether. Everybody knew she was going to do that song. Now, I didn't know she was going back to back, you know, have the pictures up there. That was funny as hell from the angles I could see, could catch. But, so it happens. You make a song, you promote it. It's common sense. You know, people are in their feelings or whatever, you know, it is what it is. But shout out to her for that moment. But after that, you know, she spoke up, and she also brought that up, you know, how is it that she can throw shots in different songs, you know, Realize, Swish Swish, whatever. But the moment that Remy said something back in one song or in one shot is, oh, she's, you know, and I've seen that there. We've seen this story before. It happens every time. Whether it's, you know, Nicki and Kim, Nicki and Remy, you know, Nicki and, you know, whomever, you know. So we see this shit all the time. And for whatever reason, she gets away with it. I don't know if, you know, people just, I feel like, well, I do feel like some people didn't call her out. Like, especially with the Little Kim thing, people didn't, they either, like, pussyfooted around this situation, or they just were, they didn't, or they sided with Nicki. And I guess that was to not look like a hater or whatever. Because even the, like, the ones that would side with, like, it looked unsure. But, like, nonetheless, and a lot of artists are, you know, scared to have opinions and take stands on shit, which is ironic because that's what hip hop is all about, you know, not just expressing yourself in your music, but taking political stands, and, you know, that's what that shit was built off of. And it's taking political stands with knowledge, you know, just going out and making a song called Fuck Donald Trump or something, that's not a political stand. That's just ratchet, you know. So, you know, when, I just lost my damn train of thought. I felt like there was a very good message. Give me a second, y'all. I'm going to see if I can upload this while I'm on live. I doubt I can, but let's see. Sorry, give me 1 second. All right, what the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, but at any rate, she brought that up, and she also, you know, at the end, she was like, damn, you hating on everybody, like, you hating on everybody. How, you gotta have a friend somewhere in this hip hop industry, or in the industry, period. You know, how do you hate on everybody? I don't understand that. I do know, I guess Trina, she still fucks with her, and I mean, her and Foxy Brown are both crazy, so I mean, it makes sense that they're friends. We won't take away from Foxy Brown's talent, but the homegirl ain't all the way there. And that's, you know, and then, you know, like, it's to me, you know, all the narratives get on my nerves. Like, even, you know, when they did respond, like, with the whole no frauds thing or the takeover thing, like, you know, for websites to be putting out, like, that was fire and shit. Look, bruh, no the fuck it wasn't. But when Remy dropped Sheetha, it was, oh, she's attacking, or she's trying to tear down. Pick your poison, you know, like, what the fuck? As if this shit was not started with Make Love and Swallow. Hell, if shit wasn't started with the Yeah 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 remix, tell the bitch with the crown and running like Chris Brown. If I'm being honest, I don't feel like that ever really was patched up. I just feel like they kind of just at one point were cordial. I don't think they were really friends, you know. But with the whole, and then for Nicki to try to get her on a song with Foxy Brown, like, bro, come on, you know they don't like each other. Remy smacked Foxy Brown like twice, if I'm not mistaken. You can't put two people on a record together after one has smacked the other. Or if one has smacked the other. It don't matter how many years ago it happened. Bruh, what the fuck? Like, that was messy, you know. And then I heard that it was a Little Kim diss record. So, and, you know, Remy had got cool with Kim. And even if she wasn't cool with her, I mean, at that point, she had been in jail 7 years. People get over stuff and mature. So she wasn't with that shit. And shout out to her for that. You know, because I seen people trying to come at Remy with the whole when she approached 2 Chainz situation. And, you know, she's like, you know, it's just a thing of like loyalty. You don't let nobody throw shots, clear shots on your record. Now, if she was just saying bitch and, you know, my son's, oh well, she says that shit anyways. But the direct lyrics of Eat the Record, Aretha, all that corny ass fucking last 8 bars, all that shit. You know exactly who she was talking about. So, you know, and you know, it's sad that in the game, some people pick loyalty or pick well, I wouldn't say royalties, but I mean, some people. What was the saying? I mean, I'm mad. It was very good. I don't know, but wait. Pick oh wait. Currency over morality, maybe that's what I was saying. But you know, I was talking to somebody, and you know, it's sad, you know, you get to see, you know, as time flies, you see who's real in this game and who's faking it, and who's, you know, really riding for somebody, and who's there to collect that check on that song they did, even though they want to put out that they're friends and this, that, and the other. And we've seen shit like this before, but you know, that's why, you know, and you know, I fuck with 2 Chainz, you know, he's from Georgia. I gotta fuck with him. We're from the same state. I mean, I ain't gotta fuck with him, but y'all get what I'm saying. But in that moment, you know, for him to sit there, I don't know what the problem was. Nobody said, and then when he said, so what's I supposed to do, take her off the verse? Now, you could have asked her to change it. Nobody said you had to take her off of it. But at the end of the day, it's your record. You know, I feel like if you're not confident enough in your music for it to sell without a certain feature, you know, I don't understand what you're here for, you know. And this last album he had, I actually fuck with it. Like, I feel like, you know, I only heard Realizing a couple other songs, so don't badger me if I'm wrong. But I feel like he's actually trying to rap now. You know, it's not just let me just put out music. Like, I feel like especially the Realize, I was feeling his verse more than Nicki's, to be honest. I didn't know what the fuck she was talking about up until the end, and then the end of the last 8 bars of the verse with that Aretha shit and all that was corny as hell, you know. And then it was kind of like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, you broke her record, that's true, but you broke it with features, you know. Like, I mean, you broke it with features, and so it's kind of like a win, I guess. I don't know. I ain't with all the accolades shit. It's just not that serious. But when it like I was saying, it's like currency over morality. Some people will put that currency over morality. I remember when Mary J. Blige had the song with her and Nicki had leaked, "Feeling Inside," and you know, it's a nice you know, now the official version has Nas on it. Now Nicki's verse was decent, but when you get to the end, she's busting shots at Lil' Kim. Everybody knows Lil' Kim and Mary J. Blige are like this. Those ain't industry friends. Those are sisters right there. Shout out to taking it back all the way. I Can Love You. You know, people that follow my Snap, they know I listen to that song daily. I even did a remix to it for revision. But that's her sister. Those are sisters right there. So for her to think that she can get on that record and you been whack, might send some Brooklyn niggas get you kidnapped with your bitch ass, hit the dryer cause you wash, splish splash. Like, why would you? And then on top of that, like, I'm looking at you like, the topic of the song is more like a heartbroken hip hop rap type of mix. What garnered you to throw shots on that record in particular anyways? It doesn't sound like a record I would throw shots on, you know, if I was approaching it personally. I don't know. But, you know, and Mary wasn't having that shit. So she scrapped her from it and she threw Nas on the shit. So, you know, and some people is loyal like that. Some people isn't, you know. Just like the whole thing with Keisha Cole and Lil' Kim, you know, on the I Ain't Through remix, or Diddy and which with Keisha Cole, you know, that's one of the more records, you know, like people who was into hip hop like that know who she was talking about. Keisha may not have known. I will give her somewhat of an edge. Now with the Diddy record, the Hello Good Morning, her verse starts off with hello, but did I kill the queen? Bruh, you know who the fuck she was talking about. Then she referenced Alexander McQueen. You know Kim and Diddy was close like that. He know damn well who she was talking about. But you know, that's the difference between an opportunist and a loyal friend at the end of the day. He's a great businessman, but you know, and Kim expressed that in many interviews. You know, I wish he would just be loyal to one person, like one person. It ain't even got to be me at this point. I just one person. I would love to see that. And yeah, but like I was saying, you know, this just ain't the same. It just ain't the same. Even watching from a bystander point, because should my music, you know, go off somewhere, hopefully it does. You know, then I would see, you know, really see how stuff works. But just looking from the outside in on how the industry works and how dirty some people can be, it's just really, it's disheartening, you know. And then these are the people that people idolize and put them on a pedestal, when in actuality they have a shitty ass personality. You know, it really is, it's ass backwards. And then media, and you got these blogs and stuff, and they jumping on the person that's defending themselves as if that person started shit. You know, I don't understand that. But nonetheless, you know, I'm trying to think in my head because I erased the notes. We've gone over that situation. Well, the video I just did, as y'all can do, would it let me post it? Oh, I needed to go get the notes to put the information on there. By the way, y'all, if y'all have any questions, hit up my ask.fm. I'm going to try to, it's like, maybe like I'll do like a 10-minute question mark or 10 question limit or whatever. Or not limit, like, I mean, you can keep asking me stuff, but I mean, once it gets to 10 in particular, then I'll probably do a video and answer them. 10, 20, whatever, we'll see. But, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the reaction video, I'm gonna try to post it now. I don't know if it's gonna let me do it while I'm on live. Okay, YouTube, you're doing something right. Okay. Now on to the Azealia Banks situation. Wait, I think I spoke about that already. Or I might have did it on the other video. I have like very short feelings on it. I just need Azealia to sit down somewhere. Like I've said previously, you know, people just trying Remy because she on parole. People are just trying her because she on parole. When you watch people interact with Remy before president, like people really, like she reminds me of Machiavelli. It's better to be feared than loved. She just, that's the stature that she gives off. Like she gives you that cool chick, but once she get mad, like check out interviews where she be spazzing out. That's not somebody you fuck with. That's not somebody you fuck with. Interesting. But and you know, and I like one thing I like is she's, you know, telling her stories and stuff and talking these interviews, and she's swaying kids away from it. She's not advertising jail or advertising, you know. Now she'll let you, like she did her bid and served it and came out and stormed the world. So, and she's still about that, like she is, you know. Some people just, it comes natural. But I like how she, you know, tells, you know, she, you know, life is, she just, the way that she explains situations, I like it, versus, you know, how a lot of people explain their time in jail. You know, she really gets into it. You know, I have one of the older videos up on the TV, or I gotta pass it to the TV to get through my phone. But I was watching one of her older interviews, so she was talking about how, you know, it's harder for women in prison, because, you know, they're, you know, more emotional creatures. And also, you know, they were talking about specifically like keeping your body, you know, in shape. And she was like, you know, it's hard. They don't have the gyms and the facilities that the men have. You know, they can't get creatine and stuff, you know, or protein, not even protein bars, which I'm surprised they got that shit. But she said literally, you know, there's Snicker bars in it, like, you know, so even in the prisons, they're not treated equally. But or in the prisons, in the prison systems. But yeah, it's just, like I said, you know, it's just not the same. This is not the same playing field anymore. But moving on to let's see what else we got. Shout it out, don't wake me up. The Foxy Brown thing, you know, and going back to the narratives that be spun in different ways, you know, I have the 2 pictures up there on the thing. I don't know how clearly y'all will be able to see. Oh, well, you can see them right there. Those are the 2 pictures that came out, like, 2014 or whatever, where her butt looks, I don't know what the fuck was going on. It looks, okay, we're not even gonna do that. But you can see, like, even there, you know, when I talk about the narratives that are spun, if you go on, research that picture, or just type, I don't know, Nikki's butt, you probably see that picture pop up, along with Sheetha. But, look that picture up, and look up what the blogs say. I have, on there, I put 2 pictures, it was, maybe, I don't think it was Vibe. Which, shout out to Vibe, by the way, because when I was doing the research for these pictures, Sheetha came up, and you know how I was talking about how with the narrative of that, you know, people be like, oh, Remy was tearing down another black woman, or attacking her as if Nicki didn't drop Make Love and Swallow. Shout out to Vibe, because when they did the article, I haven't read it, but I did see the title when I pulled the picture up. They said, and I quote, Remy Ma responds to Nicki. There we go. That's the right thing. Because the fact that she had to say people are waiting for a response, and that was her response. The fact that she had to say that, like, people just very ignorant. You know, if you're going to be so involved in a beef and a drama or whatever that has nothing to do with you, at least know what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah. But shout out to them for that. But back to what I was saying, you look at the Karen Civil site, and I talked about her also on yesterday when I watched her Everyday Struggles. And, you know, I know that she works with Nicki to some extent, I guess. But she, sadly, you know, I don't know her personally, but she, looking at it, she reminds me of everything of the industry that I don't like. The phoniness, the, oh, I don't know, the, like, just blatant, as if you don't know what the fuck's going on. You know, they asked her about the whole, oh, and there's another site on there, too. But let me finish what I was talking about there before I go on to her interview, because I do also want to talk about Kmichelle's interview, and then we should be done after this. It's amazing when people want you to do shit for them, but they don't do the same for you, or even half is the same. That's just amazing. That's all I'm going to say on this text that just arrived in my phone. Nonetheless, on the site, or on the thing, it said caracivil.com, is Nicki Minaj's butt not 100% authentic? Both of the sites said that. People are suspecting that her ass is not real. No, people have known that. There is no suspecting. You know, she may have some of her fans fooled. I don't know. You know. And that's one thing that just baffled me. And then on top of that, when she did the whole Ra took you to your doc, but took you to her doc, but you don't look like Ra, left the operating table, so that shit. Who are you to talk? You know, if you was like Kmichelle where you announced it, okay, that would be fine. But you've never answered, or actually you've never had to answer that. I'm assuming her publicist tells people not to talk about it. Because the fact that nobody's asked about that, like I seen when I seen the motorsport video, she looks like an ant in the first scene that you see her. It looks like an ant. I'm just gonna keep it real. It looks like an ant. Is an ant. Nonetheless, but yeah, the fact that, you know, little cute shit like that blogs do when it comes to her. And then on top of that, another thing about that, Ra took you to her doc, but you don't look like Ra. I don't think you need to use Ra as the example of, or try to say Remy looks like Nah and use Ra as the higher up. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. You know, just a lot, and not even just like, I think, like, people were looking at her like, what the fuck? The people that do know who she was, because, you know, when she threw her in the video, you know, because she doesn't know how out of touch the culture, or she is with the culture, and how much they don't fuck with her, And when I say culture, I'm speaking about, in particular, black folks. That's who watches Love and Hip Hop, you know. That was the funny thing to me. When you scroll down those comments, when you first seen the video, when I first seen the video and the raw popped up, you know, I was like, oh, I mean, like, I kind of assumed that you was going to do that, maybe. But it wasn't, like, shocking as other people was trying to act like. But, you know, her fans are white and foreign white. They don't know who the fuck Raw Ali is, you know. So and Joe Budden brought that up to me, you know, that was everything. But to them, they don't know who the fuck that is, and you know, that's just another. There again, proof that, you know, like, black people really don't fuck with her like that. People that listen to real hip hop, you know, and I'm not saying every black person listens to real hip hop, because I'm sure there's some black supporters of Little Uzi and Little Pump and all of them, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. Nonetheless, moving on from that, and as I said in countless videos before, when you go to prison food can add some pounds. Yeah, if you know anything about jail, you know, they don't feed them salads and shit. So, and then on top of that, she was gone for 6 years. You should grow in 6 years. Your body should grow in 6 years. So the fact that anybody just totally ran with the whole Remy is, you know, this, that, and the other. Come on, bro. And then, especially when it comes to her bars, it's like, y'all can't talk. Like I said earlier, she's never addressed her shit. And on top of that, we're not even going to that. But I do want to touch on, based on the, like, Karen Civil thing, what I was talking about with the whole phony thing. You know, like, when they asked, DJ Academics asked her about motorsport. And she wouldn't give a clear answer, and then when she did, it was complete bullshit. They're on a record together. So they're not dissing each other because they're on a record together. Is that what you're telling me, sir? You're telling me that because they're on a record together, they're not dissing each other. Have you met Ludacris and T.I.? Have you met them? Come on now. You know, I get tired of, and I'm with Joe Budden, I agree with him completely, 100%. I get tired of women spinning that in women empowerment shit. And Kmichelle talked about this in her interview too. She talked about it in her interview too. Just moving on to her interview now. She talked about it though, how women boast about women empowerment, and then she was like, yeah, but we only uplift the bitches that we like. You know, and when she was talking about the Angela Yee situation with Uncle Murder. With Uncle Murder, how he came up there. Is that his name? Yeah. How he came up there and, you know, did some, like, you too old, you know, like, that was just some little boy shit right there. That was some little boy shit. Like, I remember Soulja Boy did some shit or whatever, and but Soulja Boy, if I'm not saying, is he a kid? I don't even fucking know. But that would be better coming from him. But Uncle Murder, first of all, your rap name is literally Uncle. You shouldn't be over here talking about somebody's coochie and how it allegedly smells when I can look at you and look at her and know y'all ain't even been in the same room together. Y'all don't eat at the same places. Yeah, nah. We're not even gonna do all that. But when he did that shit or whatever, and you know, they already got their jokes out and the interview was over, and Angela brought it up again. And I'm not gonna lie, you know, like, she brought it up on her own, you know, so for her to do that, it was messy. It's messy. And I get, you know, especially with the Breakfast Club, you know, right, the interviews, they can get a little messy sometimes, but you know, his album was supposed to be dropping the very next day that shit happened. So I can understand her frustrations, because every time her album has dropped, this is her 4th album. Every time her album drops, some bullshit happens. I've known that because I've been following her since Love and Hip Hop. So, or since 2013, Love and Hip Hop. So, you know, that's when, you know, my rebellious soul came out. And, you know, so following up until then, you know, anybody want to hire all that stuff, it's always some bullshit. You know, and speaking of anybody want to buy a heart, we're getting near the end of this. Speaking of that, I did touch base on that, how she brought up in a rant a couple months ago that Nicki stole a song from her. Oopsie. And she fully explained it on the Everyday Struggle interview. I advise that y'all go watch that. It's very raw, and she, you know, I'm surprised she didn't bust down in tears. You know, she looks actually too tired to even cry. That's how much she's working hard. You know, in between the businesses and the, you know, the restaurant, Jack Daniels, and all that stuff. And shout out to her. You know, keep moving forward. But you know, she explained it fully on there how, you know, she's just learning, you know, more shit about the industry, and it's just getting tiring. You know, like, it's no music, it's all politics and shit. And you know, she's basically like, you know, I'm a real bitch. I don't deal with shit like that. I don't know how to, you know, deal with shit like this. But when she got specifically into the record, the Buy a Heart record, which was supposed to be Anybody Wanna Buy a Heart, it was the title track album of her. It was the album title track. It was supposed to be first on the damn album, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure. But it was the song that the album, you know. So, and for the barbs that, you know, they get in their feelings when anybody comes for their queen and ain't kissing her ass. So for the ones that need proof, or show me some proof, until then you're a hater, all those little people, look up Anybody Wanna Buy a Heart album trailer, or look up Anybody Wanna Buy a Heart trailer. At the end of that trailer that dropped October 9th, you can see, or that dropped October 29th, which may as well have been in November technically. It goes through, she's walking down the little stairs, they play the shaking the table thing, and you know, she walks out, you know, I'm assuming this is representing, you know, how there's maybe friction in between her and her son. I'm not sure, that's just what I got from it. You know, and that was 2000. I watched it this year. You know, I didn't see it previous to this year. But nonetheless, you know, when she gets in the limo, she says, and I quote, "Anybody want to buy a heart?" And that instrumental goes, and the instrumental plays. So that was October 29th. That's 2 days before November. So basically November, the album drops December 9th. In between that small time of a month, Nicki swiped that song from under her, had Meek Mill take the song back, and take her Dream Chasers chain back, because she thought she was sleeping with Meek Mill, and put it on her Pink Prayer album, which dropped days after Kmichelle's album, actually, if I'm not mistaken. So both of these projects are damn near done. You swiped her record and you put it on yours, because you felt insecure. Well, when did she not feel insecure? But you felt insecure and thought she was fucking with your side nigga. Because if I'm not mistaken, at this point, her and Safari are still together. So you doing all this for your side nigga, but you ain't even let your real nigga, you know, claim you. Shit, you know. I don't understand it, because I'm going to keep it real, which a lot of people did keep it real. I look at Meek Mill and I look at Safari and I'm like, so you claimed that one and you didn't claim this one? I don't understand it. I don't understand. But, you know, she brought up, and she, you know, when you watch it, you know, she's not even going in on her. She was like hurt, you know. This is somebody I love, you know. I wish nothing but success for her. Hell, she got into it with Lil' Kim for Nicki Minaj. Pretty much, you know, when she tweeted the whole, that same year, in fact, the VMAs or something like that. And she tweeted, "Go Nicki, the queen of rap." And, you know, of course, rap fans get a little bit more aggressive when it comes to, you know, queen of rap and all that shit like that. But Kmichelle's an R&B singer. They like the people, and then, you know, on top of that, like people's busy. The celebrities especially. Ain't nobody got time to be worried about who's the queen of rap and all that shit. You know, that's for fans who sit at home and do nothing but Twitter fingers all day long. Like nobody really. You know, and her fans, if I'm not mistaken, Lil' Kim fans took it out of proportion or whatever and started going at her and attacking her and her son or whatever. And then Kim came out and checked, instead of checking the fans, she came out and checked Kate, which I will say she was wrong for that. You know, if your fans are getting out of hand, I do believe if you're going to come out and say anything, you know, unless it's justifiable or justified that they're getting out of hand, like when that guy went off on Beyonce for them letting Beyonce perform her country song at the country VMAs or whatever that year, but insisted that he wasn't racist or whatever, you know, shit like that. Yeah, you deserve to be drugged up and down the earth, the entire earth. But, you know, shit in situations like that, you know, no, I believe that Kim should have, as much as I respect Kim, I believe she should have checked her fans. You know, they over here talking about Kmichelle's son and shit. And if I'm not mistaken, Kmichelle, you got a daughter, so I would think that would, you know, maybe she didn't see that. Maybe she didn't see it. I don't know. This was 3 years ago. I mean, now when she brought that up, she was like, you know, I love Kim, so she's over it. Hopefully, Kim is. Maybe one day he'll come back and, you know, have some reconciliation. As for, you know, but you know, she basically got into a beef with Kim over Nikki. Over what she said about Nikki. So for Nikki to turn around, that was in like August or whatever that year. For Nikki to turn around and blatantly take that record from her, you know, she's sitting here like, what the fuck, man? Like she, you know, she feeling some type of way. She justifiably can't feel that way, you know. And then in the logic of a bar, you know, as you scroll down every once in a while, like everybody was feeling the interview. People wasn't even getting too specific with what she was talking about. They was just like, you know, it's very good to see an artist come up here and just be real. Like this, our interview felt like, you know, I felt her pain watching it, definitely. Somebody even called it Kmichelle Everyday Struggle Therapy Sessions Part 1 on the video, you know, and she really is going through it. But, you know, in true bar fashion, there always going to be some fuck shit under there. Oh, well, who cares? She did the song better. You know, and this is what the shit I be talking about when I say, like, the game has changed. And they did that same shit with Kim. Oh, well, Nikki did Barbie better. No. What the fuck? Like, you can't take somebody's school project and then throw your name on it and get better than what they, like, that's not how life works. People will beat your ass for that shit. Now, if you got security and you feel safe, like, hey, well, hey, you a celebrity, hey, well, shit be different. But in real life, in reality, let you try to take somebody's act for their talent show. They gonna whoop your ass. But yeah, that's basically everything. I think I touched base with everything I said yesterday, and I think I pretty much, I think that's everything I meant to say. Going back to the situation real quick, I don't remember if I said it earlier. I did bring up the no frauds thing, but I said when I said both of them, when people was clapping up both of their records, you know, talking about all the harsh clapbacks and this, that, and the other, Nicki and Foxy's, you know, you can tell when somebody is, you know, they talking out of their ass and they not really about what they saying in that moment. Cause and that was one of the, when I looked up one of the things, it's one of them sites was like the harsh lines, all that came out of this, and they brought up the fact that Foxy said Remy had a miscarriage. If you listen to the song, Foxy said, yeah, I heard about this bitch miscarriage. That's not really okay, we all heard about it. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying when people try to play the fence and act like they ain't scared or whatever, act like they tough shit. But when you sit back and look, it's like, okay, we all heard that shit. You know, you wasn't finna say nothing foul about it because, like I said, she just smacked your ass twice. And had she not been in jail, she probably would have got to Nikki about 3 times by now. I'm just saying. But yeah, it's just like, you know, you need to, if you're gonna clap back, do the shit right. Do the shit right. You know, don't be coming and having people embarrassing you later on. What type of bum bitch shoot a friend over a stack? What type of mother leave her one son over a rack? A rack and a stack is not the same thing, Nikki. I know you ain't been to the hood since you was 12, but or 16, whenever your career started. But they're not the same thing. That's embarrassing. Yeah. Nonetheless, this video is processing now, so I don't know which one gonna go up there first. Probably this one. But yeah. Thank y'all for, you know, as always, supporting me and stuff. And sorry for the hiccups that happened yesterday, but I had to come back on here and redo this shit because that was raggedy. That was raggedy as shit. I'm gonna throw y'all the link for Kmichelle's Anybody Want to Buy Heart trailer if anybody needs to see proof of what I'm talking about. or on what she was saying. I'm gonna throw y'all that trailer, and the link of that down below. Oh, the video just posted. There we go. And I will catch y'all on the next video and on live. Bye.